What is up, team? Dan Suckling here, and in this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how I built a $2 million subscription offer over the past 2 years at 70% profit with a team of 2 staff without taking a single sales call and working less than 2 hours per day. And if this sounds crazy to you right now and you're feeling skeptical, I completely understand. And I'm not here to try to convince you of anything or prove anything to you. I'm simply just sharing what's worked for me in hopes that it helps you as well. And at the end of this video, I'm going to give you a really simple invitation. And if you want my help to bolt on a subscription offer to your ecosystem to add an extra 30 to 50K per month in profit, then there's going to be an invitation and an opportunity for you to take advantage of it. And if not, obviously, no hard feelings, I'll love you all the same. The main purpose of me sharing this video is to hopefully give you some strategies and perspective around why bolting on a subscription offer could be the best thing you do for your business all year. But before I dive in, I really want to get you introduced into my world and kind of rewind back a few years ago so that you can understand exactly how I stumbled upon this. So for those of you who don't know me, I now live in Bali and I've been here for close to 3 years. I grew up in New Zealand, dropped out of high school at 15 years old, and never really knew what I wanted to do with my life. When I was 21 years old, my mother had unexpectedly passed away, and I fell down a dark, deep hole of depression, using drugs and alcohol in an attempt to kind of, numb the pain. And as you can imagine, it only made the pain worse. There came a point where I took a stand for myself and I decided to compete in a bodybuilding competition in memory of my mother, because she was actually a world champion bodybuilder once upon a time, believe it or not. That bodybuilding show led to me becoming obsessed about nutrition, and I knew I kind of wanted to do something along the lines of that career path. So for the next 12 months, I studied my ass off and became a nutritionist and got a job inside of a gym. And because the personal trainers there, they would give nutrition advice in their packages, me as a little old nutritionist ended up landing 0 clients, and this was back in 2017. One day I was scrolling my Facebook newsfeed and I saw an ad from a guy who told me he could help me build, launch, and scale an online fitness business. Long story short, jumped on the sales call, he pitched me $8,000, told him I couldn't afford it, pondered for 2 weeks, and sold my TV and lounge room furniture and got a $6,000 bank loan to join. 18 months later, I grew my online fitness company, Supermums Elite, to 445 clients, generated $1.2 million in revenue, and inside of that process, I started to become obsessed about the business side of things. I began to geek out on marketing, advertising, sales, systems, and so I decided to start a consulting business of my own. Fast forward 6 months, and I was juggling 2 businesses at the one time, leading to me crashing and burning out. So I had to make a decision to drop one business. And stupid me being so inexperienced in the business game, I decided to shut down Supermums Elite overnight instead of selling it, sacrificing all of the recurring revenue it was generating so that I can go all in with consulting. 2 years later, and we had scaled this consulting company all the way to $260,000 cash collected per month, which sounds amazing, right? But when we got there, I realized I had created a monster. I had 12 staff ranging from copywriters to funnel builders to funnel designers to media buyers to setters to closers. I had a client base of 136 clients who all wanted a piece of me 24/7, and the worst part was my profit margins were sitting around 20%. After nearly burning out, I decided to sell that company and go in a new direction. I went from relying on sales calls to bring revenue in to one automated subscription offer. No sales calls, no DM sales, just one funnel. And within 12 months of operation, we had turned over $1 million in revenue with 70% profit margins and 2 staff, which was me and a VA. And you might be wondering, but Dan, you were making way more with the other company. And you're right. But with the subscription offer, I was keeping more than double the profit with 1/10 of the stress. So just to recap on how this makes sense, my high-ticket consulting offer, I was charging $20,000 per client, making $260,000 a month. I had 12 staff members. I was stressed, it was very complex, and I had 20% profit margins. My subscription offer, I was charging $97 a week, 100 grand a month, 2 staff members, freedom, fulfillment, and 70% profit, and 0 sales calls. The difference is night and day, not just from a financial standpoint, but also in the freedom and the flexibility I get to experience on a daily basis. And I don't know about you, but I got into this online game not only to just impact people's lives, but to live life on my own terms instead of building a prison for a business. So without further ado, let's dive into how this model works from the acquisition side to the delivery side to the retention piece and also the Ascension piece. Now, when it comes to acquisition, we're going to be utilizing 3 different areas. Number 1, we're going to be utilizing organic. Number 2, we're going to be utilizing paid ads. And number 3 is we're going to be utilizing existing assets. Existing assets meaning if you have an email list, right? Your Instagram following. If you have a free Facebook group with prospects that have initially raised their hand to show some kind of interest in your solution. We're going to be driving people from organic, from ads, from the existing assets into something I call the subscription vortex funnel. Now, the subscription vortex funnel is essentially a 10 to 15 minute mini VSL where you're demonstrating value, you're providing testimonials and case studies, and you're presenting them with your offer. So obviously here there's going to be a bit of a sales letter, there's going to be testimonials, there's also going to be testimonials within the mini VSL itself. Now the offer is going to be, hey, come into my program free for the next 7 days, and then it rolls into $47 a week or $97 a week. And you can also cancel at any time, which means there's zero risk on your end. Now the reason why we present such an offer is because it basically reduces the risk and the friction around the buying process and allows us to get clients through the door literally 100% on autopilot. I'm talking no sales calls and no DM sales. Now there's a few different areas and levers we can pull on in terms of the actual funnel itself. We can play around with the trial period, right? So instead of a free 7-day trial, it could be a 10-day trial or a 14-day trial. Or if you've got some capital behind you and you've got a bit of a runway, we can either offer a 30-day trial period, right? And all of these things are going to influence conversions. The second thing is we can play around with different pricing, right? We can have $50 a week. We can have $97 a week. I've even tested $197 a week. And obviously, the higher the pricing, the lower the conversion rate in terms of getting people through the door on autopilot. And the third lever we can pull on is the cancel anytime guarantee, right? So we might have no cancel anytime guarantee. We might have a free 7-day trial that rolls into $50 a week. And then from that point, it's a minimum term commitment of 3 months or a minimum term commitment of 6 months. But in the early stages, what I would suggest is having a free 7-day trial or a free 10-day trial, having very good pricing and allowing them to cancel at any time. And then obviously once we get some data, we're getting conversions through the door, then we could start to play around with these 3 different levers to maximize this opportunity. Now, on this sales page, the prospect is going to be presented with an opt-in to enter their name and email address. Now, once they enter their name and email address, they're going to be taken to the checkout page to buy, again, 100% on autopilot. Now, if somebody opts in, right, to land on the order page, but they don't buy, now they're going to fall into an automated follow-up abandoned cart email sequence, right, driving them back to the order page to buy. So the actual acquisition system in and of itself, it is very, very simple, but basically we can play around with the mini VSL, the trial period, the pricing, the cancel anytime guarantee, and obviously these little nuances like the hook, the headline, the copy, all that sorts of thing. The second piece is delivery. Now, in terms of delivery, the subscription offer is very, very simple. So inside of your community, what you want to have is number 1, you want to have calls. And these are just weekly group coaching calls. These are not one-to-one calls. We want to have calls. We want to have, number 2, some kind of community where we can deliver value. Number 3, we want to have some kind of course content for them to go through. And ideally, we want to actually gamify the course content, meaning we unlock certain modules once they've completed other modules, right? To gamify and drive retention and stickiness in the community. Number 4, we're going to have some kind of group support, right? This is not one-to-one support. This is not DM support. It is literally just support inside of the group. As well as that, is we could drop monthly content, brand new content dropping every single month to keep people in anticipation and in excitement for what's coming up in the future. And you also might run some kind of monthly workshop within the community as well. Now, what we want to do is we want to treat the subscription like a Netflix business model. Netflix treats their customers as if they could drop off at any given moment. And the reason why I like to put the community inside of school is because we have leaderboards, you can unlock bonus courses, but also we can have something called member, that's supposed to be an O, member of the month, where basically at the end of the month, we can have a look inside of the school community and say, who is the most engaged member? And then we could drop a post and say, hey, please message me with your address. You are the most engaged member for the month of October. I've got something to send you in the mail. And everyone's congratulating them. It's just a great way to drive retention and drive stickiness within your community. Now, in terms of retention, what we want to do is we want to create something called an ecosystem. We want to create an ecosystem, right? And basically what an ecosystem is, it is basically creating a whole different bunch of bolt-ons once they come into your subscription community. right? So if you're charging $47 a week or $97 a week, you don't want that to be the only revenue source that's driving the revenue within your subscription offer. What I have inside of FitPro University is number one, I have one-to-one consulting offers. In fact, I have 3 different one-to-one consulting offers. One of them is 2 days in Bali at my house with myself, in which I charge $8,000. The second one is I charge by the hour on Zoom calls, where I charge $1,000 per hour. And the third one is an accelerator program where it's myself and the client one-to-one inside of WhatsApp, and we also catch up on Zoom once a week as well. The second one is affiliates. So obviously, if there are any softwares that you recommend to your clients that they need in order to get to the result, you want to have a look inside of these softwares and see if there are any affiliate links that you can drive so you can start getting paid a recurring commission. The third one is done for you marketing. So on the inside in FitPro University, we have an in-house media buyer where basically if anyone wants someone to run their ads for them, they can hire our done for you marketing coach who will charge $2,000 and I'll take 50% of that revenue, right? The fourth one is done for you copywriting. So when our clients come time to launch their ads, if they want someone to write their copy so it's done fast and done correctly the first time, they can hire our in-house copywriter for X amount, and our copywriter will get a cut, and I'll also get a cut as well. On top of that, is we also have done for you funnel design. If someone wants us to design their funnels, they can use our in-house funnel designer, and again, they will get a cut, and also we will get a cut as well. Another one is SaaS. So if you're a B2B coach and obviously you're providing funnels and workflows to your clients, you can actually get an account with Go High Level, rebrand it, and then sell it to your clients. We're actually generating about $18,000 a month just from the SaaS, right? And one of the biggest ones here is what we call an internal referral program. And this is incredible. What I have done is inside of my course, I have created a lesson and I've called it free lifetime membership. And basically I'm driving my clients inside of my subscription offer to complete a form. And once they complete a form, they're going to receive a unique link. And anytime they send a link to a friend who ends up joining our program, they end up getting 20% recurring commission or 30% recurring commission. If you're feeling very generous, you can do 50% recurring commission. And basically because you are not paying to acquire these referrers, right? It makes economic sense to pay your clients to refer other clients to you as well. Now, once they are on the inside, the final piece is Ascension. The ultimate goal of your subscription offer, let's say we got sub offer, and then on the other side, we have your high ticket offer. The goal is we want to ascend a percentage from your subscription offer into your high ticket offer. And the way that we do that is we're going to post results and we're going to interview clients from your high ticket offer inside of your subscription community. We can run interviews, right? We can showcase testimonials, screenshots, results, and we can have these call to action so that we're ascending subscription buyers into your high ticket offer. And what I've realized is that it is so much easier to convert customers into clients. Inside of this example, a customer is a subscription buyer and a client is a high-ticket buyer. What I see a lot of coaches doing is they're trying to convert a lead into a high-paying client, right? And don't get me wrong, this does work. But nowadays, acquisition costs are through the roof. A lot of people can't actually financially invest into a high-ticket offer directly. People are more skeptical than ever. So what we'd like to do is we want to convert a lead into a customer, into your subscription offer, help them make some money, blow them away with some value, and then you're more likely to convert them into a high-ticket client. Because once they become a customer inside of your subscription offer, there's more trust established. They now have the finances to invest because they're getting results within your subscription community, and they are sold on your methodology, which means because you are top of mind, because you are the number one most trusted advisor inside of the prospect's mind, they are more likely to go to you over a competitor. So let me land the plane. I know I've covered a lot, but I want to recap this from a 10,000-foot overview. We use organic, paid ads, and your existing assets to drive prospects into what I call the subscription vortex funnel. Inside of this funnel, you're going to have a short 10 to 15 minute VSL delivering value, running them through your process, and showcasing testimonials. The offer is a free 7-day trial, which rolls into something like 47 a week or 97 a week, cancel anytime. As these new subscribers enter your world on autopilot, they're indoctrinated into your ecosystem where you have an array of other offers for them to buy from to ensure you're maximizing the average order value per client. Plus, you're going to have an internal referral partnership program to drive more referrals. And you'll also be sharing results from your high ticket offer into your subscription community to create FOMO and ascend a percentage of subscribers into high ticket buyers. And again, the purpose of this video is not to convince you of anything. But if you're watching this right now, you're a high ticket coach, consultant, or agency owner, you're tired of the sales calls, you're tired of the low profit margins and the stress and the complexity, and you're interested in this model, I would love to invite you to either shoot me a DM on Facebook or Instagram, or hit the link in the description down below and submit an application to work with me. I do not have a sales team. I do not have any client success coaches on board. You're going to be working with myself and myself only, and I actually plan on keeping it that way. So if you're interested in bolting on a subscription offer to add an extra 30 to 50K per month in profit to your business, I'd love to hear from you. And I want you to know as well that there's no pressure on my end. I don't want clients who are in a place of scarcity and desperation and are looking for someone to be their savior. But if you want to work with someone who can help you go further faster, then I'd love to invite you to shoot me a DM or submit an application using the link below. So I hope this video has been helpful. If there's any other elements around this model you'd like me to cover or any questions that you have, please shoot me a message and let me know. But apart from that, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.